We've got Mohammed in Florida, and it says, did I click it? It says that you have evidence to show that Muhammad probably never existed, but you're questioning. It's interesting that you could have evidence that something never existed. Mohammed, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, you're on with Jenna and Jim.
And Jenna, thank you for taking my call. I'm just quick. I just want to comment about the last caller because it's really annoying. They talk about epistemology and all these senses and, complicated issues and about, nuclear physics and particles and Big Bang. And then they go to church and believe in ghosts and angels and all kind of stuff.
Well, I think you use different parts of your brain when you're thinking about those things.
It's just crazy. How could they be, they just want to prove it so badly. They would go to the end of the earth trying to pull something to try to, I'm sure there was God somewhere, that I couldn't find right now.
Do you believe in a God?
No, I don't. The thing is, I've studied, I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. Memorize the Quran, Hadith.
Well, so I'm sorry, but just because we have a short show that we really want to get to as many callers as we can, I just wanted to figure out if we can discuss anything about your belief in a God. But because it said that you were questioning, so I thought we could talk. But if you don't believe in a God, did you have anything?
No.
Anything that you wanted to?
I want to prove to you that I told them that I want to prove to you that Muhammad never existed in ever. Muhammad, first of all, is not like Jesus that came in the last 10 days and just kicked some tables and here and there, and then had some sermons and had some supper and took off.
Okay, before we get into it, can I ask how you can possibly prove that anything never existed?
Let me tell you how.
Okay.
So in any case, Muhammad is not like Jesus. 10 days and he was gone. Muhammad was there for 22 years. And you're not. Can you please answer my question though? Because I don't understand how you can prove anything never existed. Like not Muhammad specifically, but anything. Yeah, there's nothing. 100%. I'm just trying to show you that he didn't exist like Jesus didn't exist. There's a lot of mythicists there too. I'm just trying to prove to you that Muhammad never existed either. And in any case, Muhammad had over 80 battles. He killed thousands of people. Jewish tribes were murdered in total. And not a single word was mentioned about Islam or about Muhammad, about a new religion or any of that. The only three mentions that happened 50 years after his death. It happened 6 years after his death twice. They called people of Muhammad.
Why is this significant?
Well, if there's no Muhammad, there's no religion.
If there's no Muhammad, there's no religion? Or there's no Islam?
Yeah, there's no Islam. Muhammad never existed. If Muhammad existed and he had 80 battles, thousands of people, and nobody ever wrote a word about him. I'm already convinced that Islam is incorrect. Is there anything that we can explore about your epistemology because I don't know that he never existed, and I don't know that you can prove it. That's I prove it. But like I told you, after his death, he was only mentioned 3 times in history. Twice they were called him people of Muhammad. Nothing about a prophet or new Islam. Then the last time it was mentioned, 50 years later, they were talking about a good man that came in the Middle East that was, told people not to eat dead meat and all that stuff. They never even they said he was a prophet. It's an amazing thing. Nothing was mentioned in history, not during Muhammad's life or 50 years after his death. The only 3 times mentioned is these. If anybody can come up with anything else, that Muhammad, a prophet that was mentioned in history at that time, I will be very surprised because there's nothing.
Well, it's interesting, and it's as interesting as the Jesus mythicist position. But I'd love to explore it on a show that we're not constrained by so much time.
Right.
But because, if it is like, if you only have the writings to show that Muhammad existed, and that some of the historical events that are in those writings never existed, then you definitely have an interesting case.
Another fact, Muhammad, the name Muhammad was never there in history. That name never mentioned except, like I said, 6 years after his death. Nobody ever named. There's no root to it in Arabic. Muhammad.
Right.
There's Hamada Yahmadu Muhammadan, not Muhammad. Hamad, it's a different root. There's not.
Yeah, okay. You know what, Mohammed? Thank you so much for calling and for sharing that with us. It's very interesting, and I hope that more people can maybe go and to explore that. But what we really want to do on this show is we really want to talk about what people believe that can be any kind of supernatural and why. So we don't necessarily want to just debate history.
Right. And definitely go over to the atheist community of Discord. I'm sure there's a bunch of folks over there that would love to hear it. Any of our atheist Facebook pages would love to be in on it, on that discussion, I'm sure. And the Mythicist conferences and folks like that may be interested as well. So yeah, it is a fascinating topic. I didn't even know that there was such a thing as Mohammed Mythicists. Right. So that is quite awesome. And thank you for bringing that up.
One more thing, just a quick thing. Do you mind?
Make it quick.
I'm going to mention one more thing. Very quick. In order to enter Islam, you have to be a liar. You have to lie. I'll tell you why. Because in order to enter Islam, you have to mention just one sentence. God, I'm a witness that God is the only God, and I'm a witness that Muhammad is his prophet. I'm a witness. Remember, I'm a witness. You never witnessed anything. It's a lie.
Well, people can be mistaken and think that they witness something that they interpret as that, and so they can be wrong. That doesn't mean that they're lying necessarily.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, but how could you witness something? I mean, maybe you could see it in your mind or something, but to see it in your eyes, you need to see a doctor. That's the only thing I want to say. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling, Mohammed.
And again, thank you for bringing this up. I didn't know there was a Mohammed Mythicist position, so that's awesome.